Hello and welcome to week 12 of my FMP devlogs. I'm actually recording this one from uni. If it's a bit janky, then that is why. But yeah, I'm at the halfway point now. I have done all my admin bits, so my ethics form, my planning, everything's done, and we're kind of ready to start just making the game. Not sure how that will go, but we will see. I've got my scene set up. I just thought we would run through that basically. It's actually backwards compared to like other softwares like Photoshop, where the stuff on top shows on top. This is backwards. So the taskbar is you'll always be able to see it. It'll always be on top of everything. So that's why it's on the bottom. Then I have a pop-up layer. This is just for any like notifications that might pop up. Then I have my app layer. This is where all the windows for the apps will actually be. So like my chat app, my web app, they'll all kind of live there. And then I've got this desktop layer, which is just where the icons are, and like you'll be able to click on them and stuff, and you can also move them around. And then just the background. That's basically it. It's quite a simple setup. If I look at the icon more in depth, it's just an image for now, but obviously I can replace that with any sprite. And it has this draggable icon script. So if we look more at that script, it's not too complicated. It basically uses a rect transform. So it uses, if I go back on the icon, you can see that the thing that's been assigned is the desktop area. The desktop area has a rect transform, and it basically uses that component as like the bounds. So if I moved it over here, then the bounds would be over here. It kind of just represented by the yellow box. It uses those. It uses raycasts and data from the actual pointer, and when the icon is dropped, it also like clamps. So it clamps to a grid rather than just sitting anywhere you place it. Yeah, that's it. Snapping it to a grid. I can show you how it works. If I click play. So here's the icon. You can see I can drag it around, and it doesn't just sit where I want it to. It kind of snaps. And also it kind of doesn't go out of the bounds. The bounds are a bit weird, where they don't really stay like in the yellow fully, but it's fine. As long as it kind of works, it's fine. There's a bit too much space from like the taskbar, but I will probably just bring the taskbar up or something. It's fine for now. But yeah, that's kind of all I've got done. There is a lot to do. I think the next thing I'm going to work on is the actual icons and getting those to pop open and work. I'll probably have some form of software manager. I'll probably have each icon, or each app, sorry, is a prefab that does its own things. But yeah, I think from here forwards, it gets really hard. But that's fine. We will see how it goes. But yeah, that's it.
Welcome to the, I think, week 13 devlog of my FMP. What have I done? So after getting the kind of like layout of all the layout of the actual like operating system done and figuring out the border for the icons, I've started laying down the foundations for some of the actual applications and icons. So in terms of the scripts, I now have a software manager game object with a script that looks like this. So each app will have 3 of its own variables. So it will have the game object, which will be the prefab, and then there'll be a bool to say whether or not it's open or not, and then it will have another game object that is the current one, the current app, which is basically the instantiated version of the prefab. So currently I've got the app for the internet, the chat app, and the email app. So I have 3 functions that I'm planning on using. The first one will be start internet app. This is what's going to actually instantiate the app and is going to set it to current internet app. Obviously, since the prefabs don't start on the actual, like in the scene, it'll be instantiated. That way, if I want to later, I can add like opening animations or like opening application sounds or whatever. So yeah, once it's instantiated, it gets set as the current app, meaning that it can be quote unquote closed. It's not actually going to close, it's just going to be like deactivated whenever the X button is closed, and then clicking on the icon again won't call the start internet app and it won't instantiate another one. It will just open it and just set it to reactive, basically. So there wouldn't be any of the like animation or anything that I want to add, and then I've just done that for each app. in terms of prefabs, they're all quite simple. So for the email and the chat app, I just placeholders for now. The internet app, it is a bit broken at the moment, but I basically have a scroll view, so that you can actually scroll through the website. It kind of works, kind of doesn't. It's fine. It's just a proof of concept. I'm having a few issues with the button. I kind of don't know how to get the button to close the prefab, since obviously the functions are all in the game manager, which is in the scene. I'll figure out how to do that, I suppose. But yeah, that's basically it. I can show you. So obviously they all still move around. This doesn't really do much. They have the boundary that they can't really go down there. So the chat app, it just opens that. As you can see, it's not draggable. I don't have my draggable icon script on there, but because it wasn't really working, because I wasn't able to assign the like rect transform, because again I'm having the same problem where the component I need to assign is in the scene, but it's inside the prefab. So I think I just need to figure out how to use prefabs properly. But anyway, yeah, so that's the chat app, the email app, and the internet app. It does scroll, does have a scroll, so that's good. The button doesn't work obviously, but yeah, I just need to figure out how to make that look normal. But yeah, I guess the foundations are there. Things are kind of coming along. It is going to be a lot of trial and error. I have another issue where it just keeps opening loads of the prefab. So if you have a look in the inspector, there's just loads of clones. So I just need to actually say that like more don't need to open. I mean, I've tried to set the current app, and then it should do, if internet is true, which it is, then it should just set active. So it shouldn't do anything, maybe. The open icon script, I think I forgot to show this one, but this is how it knows if it's double clicked. It basically counts how many clicks there are. So if there's one click, it just says the debugger has clicked, and then it just says that it's been clicked. If it clicks more than once, and then the time is basically quick enough, is like less than the quick delay, that's where the actual functions and stuff will happen. And then if it's clicked more than twice, or not quick enough, so it's like spammed, it won't do anything. So it's probably something to do with the actual functions of the icons, where I've just done like on click event a start. So maybe I do actually need to do like on click event. Like maybe I need to set all of them actually. I don't know. I'll figure that out. But yeah, small progress update there for this week. Hopefully progress gets quicker because I have so much to do. Especially, I basically have 3 months. Especially if I want ample time to do my like testing period. But yeah, it's fine. Hopefully progress is quick from here on out. But I have a sneaky feeling it won't be. But we will see.